Hello everyone, and welcome back to Native Speakers Channel. I'm Johnny, and I'm so happy you're here with us today. How are you all doing? I hope you're ready to practice your English with us. Today, we have something really special and exciting for you. We're going to talk about an amazing American actor named Timothy Busfield. You might know him from movies, TV shows, or maybe you've never heard of him before, and that's perfectly okay. Today, my friend Sarah and I are going to have a natural conversation about his life and career, and you'll learn English while listening to us talk. So grab a cup of coffee or tea, get comfortable, and let's improve your English together. Sarah, are you ready?
Absolutely, Johnny. I'm so excited to talk about Timothy Busfield today. Hi, everyone.
So, Sarah, let me ask you, have you heard of Timothy Busfield before?
Yes, I have. Actually, I remember him from a really popular TV show from the 1990s, but I think many people don't know much about his background. He's had such an interesting career.
That's true. Let me start by giving our viewers some basic information. Timothy Busfield was born on June 12, 1957. Can you believe he's in his 60s now?
Wow, time really flies. Where was he born, Johnny?
He was born in Lansing, Michigan. That's in the northern part of the United States, in the Midwest region. Michigan is famous for the Great Lakes and the automobile industry. It's a beautiful state with 4 very distinct seasons.
That's interesting. So he grew up in the Midwest. Did he come from a family that was interested in acting or theater?
Actually, yes. His family had a strong connection to the theater. His father was a theater director, and that definitely influenced Timothy from a very young age. When you grow up around theater and performance, it becomes a natural part of your life.
I can imagine that. When your parent works in the theater, you probably spend a lot of time watching rehearsals and performances. Did he have any siblings?
Yes, he did. In fact, his brother Buck Busfield also worked in entertainment. Buck was a television producer. So you can see that the Busfield family really had creativity and entertainment in their blood.
That's fascinating. It seems like the whole family was artistic. So when did Timothy start his acting career?
Well, he studied at East Tennessee State University. After finishing his education, he started working in theater first, before moving to television and film. This is actually a very common path for American actors. Many of them start on stage in theater productions before they become famous on television or in movies.
That makes sense. Theater really teaches you the fundamentals of acting, doesn't it? You have to project your voice, remember all your lines, and perform live in front of an audience with no second chances.
Exactly. It's much more challenging than TV or film in some ways, because there's no editor to cut out your mistakes. Everything happens in real time. So Timothy got his start in theater, and then in the 1980s, he started appearing in movies and TV shows.
What was his first big break, do you know?
One of his early notable roles was in a movie called Stripes in 1981. This was a military comedy film starring Bill Murray. Do you know Bill Murray, everyone? He's a very famous American comedian and actor.
Oh, I love Bill Murray. Stripes is a hilarious movie, but I think Timothy Busfield became really famous for something else, right?
Yes. His big breakthrough came in 1987 when he was cast in a TV series called 30-something. Have you watched this show, Sarah?
I have. I watched some episodes a few years ago. It's a drama series about a group of friends in their 30s living in Philadelphia. It dealt with very realistic adult themes like marriage, career challenges, parenthood, and friendship.
That's right. Timothy played a character named Elliot Weston. Elliot was a very interesting character. He was creative, somewhat insecure, and dealing with the challenges of adult life. The show was incredibly popular and won many awards.
And didn't Timothy Busfield win an Emmy Award for this role?
Yes, he did. In 1991, he won the Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series. An Emmy is one of the most prestigious awards in American television. It's like the Oscar for TV shows. Winning an Emmy really established him as a serious, talented actor.
That's amazing. An Emmy Award is such a huge achievement. So what did he do after 30-something?
After 30-something ended in 1991, Timothy continued to work steadily in television and film. He appeared in many different shows and movies throughout the 1990s, but I think his next really famous role came in another TV series.
Are you talking about The West Wing?
Exactly. The West Wing is probably what he's most famous for now. This show started in 1999 and ran until 2006. It was created by Aaron Sorkin, a very famous writer, and it showed the fictional life of the President of the United States and his staff working in the White House.
I absolutely love The West Wing. It's one of the best TV dramas ever made, in my opinion. Who did Timothy play in this show?
He played Danny Connican, a journalist who works for the Washington Post newspaper. Danny is a reporter who covers the White House, so he's always asking difficult questions and trying to get information from the president's staff.
And there was a romantic storyline too, wasn't there?
Yes, Danny had a romantic relationship with C.J. Craig, who was the White House press secretary. Their relationship was one of the interesting subplots in the series. It showed the complicated dynamics between journalists and government officials.
That's such an interesting dynamic to explore. I remember those scenes were always filled with clever dialogue and chemistry between the characters.
Absolutely. The West Wing was famous for its fast-paced, intelligent dialogue. Aaron Sorkin writes in a very distinctive style. Very quick, very witty, with characters who speak in a very articulate way. It requires actors who can really handle complex language.
And Timothy was perfect for that. So besides 30-something and The West Wing, what other projects has he worked on?
Oh, he's been in so many things. Let me tell you about some of his movie roles. One of his most famous movie roles was in Field of Dreams in 1989.
Field of Dreams, that's such a classic American film.
It really is. Do you remember what it's about?
Yes, it's about a farmer in Iowa who hears a mysterious voice telling him, if you build it, he will come. So he builds a baseball field in his cornfield, and then the ghosts of famous baseball players from the past come to play there.
That's right. It's a beautiful, emotional film about dreams, family, and baseball, which is America's national pastime. Timothy played Mark, who is the main character's brother-in-law. He's a practical, skeptical person who thinks the main character is crazy for building a baseball field in his crops.
Yes, I remember that character. He represents the voice of reason and practicality versus the main character's dreamlike faith. It's a great contrast.
Exactly. And Mark has a character arc throughout the film where he changes his perspective. The film also starred Kevin Costner, who was a huge movie star in the late 1980s and early 1990s.
Field of Dreams is really a cultural touchstone in America, isn't it?
It absolutely is. Many Americans can quote lines from that movie, especially, "If you build it, he will come," and "Is this heaven? No, it's Iowa." It's been referenced in countless other movies and TV shows.
So, Timothy Busfield was part of this iconic film. What other movies did he appear in?
He was in Sneakers in 1992, which was a thriller about computer hackers and technology. He's also appeared in Little Big League in 1994, which is another baseball movie.
He seems to be in a lot of baseball movies.
Yes, he does. I think baseball is clearly something he connects with. There's something about baseball films that really resonates with American audiences. They're often about more than just sports. They're about life, dreams, and American values.
That's true. Baseball movies in America are often really sentimental and meaningful. So, we've talked about his acting work, but didn't he also work behind the camera?
Yes, this is a really important part of his career. Timothy Busfield became a television director. He's directed episodes of many popular TV shows.
Really? Which shows?
He's directed episodes of The West Wing, which makes sense since he was acting in that show. He also directed episodes of 30-something, Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip, Lipstick Jungle, and many others.
Wow, so he's worked both in front of the camera and behind the camera.
Exactly. And actually, many actors eventually move into directing because they understand storytelling from both perspectives. When you've been an actor for many years, you understand what actors need, how to work with them, and how to tell a story visually.
That makes a lot of sense. Is he still working today?
Yes, he's still very active. In recent years, he's appeared in several TV shows. He had a recurring role in Secrets and Lies, which was a drama series. He's also been in Designated Survivor and other shows.
So he's had a career that's lasted more than 40 years.
Yes, think about it. He started in the early 1980s, and he's still working now in the 2020s. That's over 4 decades in the entertainment industry. That shows real dedication and talent.
It's also interesting because the entertainment industry changes so much. When he started, there were only 3 or 4 networks in America. Now there are hundreds of channels, plus streaming services like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Disney+.
That's an excellent point, Sarah. The industry has transformed completely. When 30-something was on TV, everyone watched shows at the same time every week. Now people binge-watch entire seasons in one weekend on streaming platforms. Timothy has adapted to all these changes.
I think that's what makes a successful career, the ability to adapt and evolve. So, Johnny, let me ask you this. What do you think Timothy Busfield's legacy is? What will he be remembered for?
That's a great question. I think he'll be remembered as a versatile actor who could play many different types of characters. He's played comedic roles, dramatic roles, romantic roles, and even some antagonistic roles. He's been a leading man and a supporting actor.
Yes, versatility is definitely one of his strengths. He's also part of 2 of the most acclaimed TV dramas in American television history, 30-something and The West Wing. Both of those shows won many Emmy Awards and are still considered classics today.
Absolutely. And I think he represents a certain type of actor, someone who is reliable, professional, and consistently good without necessarily being a huge superstar. Hollywood needs actors like that. Not everyone can be Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt, but the industry depends on excellent character actors who bring depth and authenticity to their roles.
That's beautifully put, Johnny. He's what we call a working actor, someone who consistently gets work because they're talented and professional.
Exactly. And let me also mention his personal life a bit. Timothy has been married 3 times. His current wife is Melissa Gilbert, who is also an actress. She's famous for playing Laura Ingalls on Little House on the Prairie, which was a very popular TV show in the 1970s and 1980s.
Oh, I loved Little House on the Prairie when I was a child. So he's married to Melissa Gilbert. That's interesting. 2 actors married to each other.
Yes, they got married in 2013. They've been together for over 10 years now. Melissa Gilbert has talked in interviews about how supportive Timothy is and how they help each other with their careers.
That's sweet. It must be nice to have a partner who understands the challenges of working in entertainment.
Definitely. The acting profession can be very demanding and unpredictable. Having a spouse who understands that world must be very helpful.
So, Johnny, we've talked about his career, his famous roles, his work as a director, and his personal life. Is there anything else interesting about Timothy Busfield that our viewers should know?
Well, one interesting thing is that he's also been involved in theater management. He was the artistic director of the B Street Theater in Sacramento, California for several years. This shows his commitment to theater, where he started his career.
That's wonderful. So even after becoming successful in TV and film, he went back to his roots in theater.
Yes, I think that shows real passion for the art form. Theater doesn't pay as well as TV or movies, so when successful actors go back to theater, it's usually because they truly love it.
That's admirable. Theater is really the foundation of acting in many ways.
I completely agree. So let me ask you, Sarah, if you could ask Timothy Busfield one question, what would it be?
That's a good question. I think I would ask him what the difference is between acting in theater, television, and film. He's done all three, so he would have great insights into how they're different.
That's an excellent question. Each medium requires different skills. In the theater, you have to project for a large audience and maintain energy throughout the entire performance. In television, scenes are shot quickly and often out of order. In film, everything is more deliberate and detailed.
Exactly, and I'd love to hear his perspective on that. What about you, Johnny? What would you ask him?
I think I would ask him about working with Aaron Sorkin on The West Wing. Aaron Sorkin is known for being very particular about his dialogue. Actors have to say the lines exactly as written without changing even small words. I'd be curious to know what that was like.
That's fascinating. I've heard that about Aaron Sorkin. His scripts are very precise, almost like music.
Yes, the rhythm and pace of the dialogue are so important in his work. It must be challenging, but also very rewarding for actors.
Definitely. Well, Johnny, I think we've covered Timothy Busfield's career pretty thoroughly. Our viewers should now have a good understanding of who he is and why he's important in American television and film.
I think so too. Let me just summarize for everyone. Timothy Busfield is an American actor, director, and producer who has been working in entertainment for over 40 years. He's best known for his Emmy Award-winning role in 30-something and his role as Danny Kincannon in The West Wing. He's also appeared in classic films like Field of Dreams and Sneakers. Beyond acting, he's also a successful television director and has stayed committed to theater throughout his career.
And he's a perfect example of a versatile, professional actor who has maintained a long and successful career by being talented, adaptable, and dedicated to his craft.
Well said, Sarah. You know, I think Timothy Busfield's story is actually very inspiring for anyone learning English or pursuing any career. He didn't become a huge superstar overnight. He worked steadily, improved his skills, took on different challenges, and built a respectable, lasting career.
That's a great point. Success doesn't always mean becoming the most famous person in your field. Sometimes success means longevity, respect from your peers, and the ability to keep doing work you love.
Exactly. And I think that's a valuable lesson for our viewers who are learning English. Learning a language is like building a career. It takes time, consistency, and dedication. You might not become fluent overnight, but if you keep practicing every day, you'll see progress.
That's beautiful, Johnny. I love that connection. Learning English is a journey, just like Timothy Busfield's career has been a journey.
Yes, and just like Timothy adapted to changes in the entertainment industry, from network television to streaming services, you need to adapt your English learning to different situations. Sometimes you'll watch movies, sometimes you'll have conversations, sometimes you'll read books. Using English in different ways helps you become more versatile.
And just like Timothy worked in theater, television, and film, you should practice all aspects of English: speaking, listening, reading, and writing.
I love how we're connecting his career to language learning. This is great.
It really does work as a metaphor. And think about this. Timothy's father was a theater director, so he grew up around English being used in a very specific artistic way. That early exposure helped shape his career. Similarly, the more you expose yourself to English through videos like this, movies, podcasts, and books, the more natural it will become for you.
That's so true. Immersion is incredibly important. Timothy was immersed in theater language from childhood. If you can immerse yourself in English, even if it's just for 30 minutes a day, you'll improve dramatically.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes. I'm sure Timothy made mistakes in his early theater performances. Every actor does. But mistakes are how we learn and grow.
Absolutely. Making mistakes is part of the learning process. When you're practicing English, don't worry about being perfect. Just keep practicing, keep trying, and you'll get better over time.
Well, I think that's a wonderful way to wrap up our conversation about Timothy Busfield. We've learned about his life, his career, and we've also drawn some inspiration from his journey.
I couldn't agree more, Sarah. Thank you so much for this great conversation.
Thank you, Johnny, and thank you to all our viewers for watching and listening today.
So, everyone, I hope you enjoyed learning about Timothy Busfield today. More importantly, I hope this conversation helped you practice your English listening skills. Remember, the best way to improve your English is to expose yourself to natural conversations like this one. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps us know what kind of content you enjoy. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to Native Speakers channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our new videos. We create content like this every week to help you improve your English naturally. In the comments below, tell us, have you seen any movies or TV shows with Timothy Busfield? What's your favorite show for practicing English? We love hearing from you. Also, if you want to practice more, try watching some episodes of The West Wing or Field of Dreams. They're great for English learners because the dialogue is clear and the stories are engaging. Thank you so much for watching. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and remember, learning English is a journey, not a destination. Every day you practice, you're getting better. We believe in you.
See you in the next video.
Bye, everyone. Happy learning!